Today we have a little bit of a cautionary tale video about a Pokemon card thief who stole over $12,000 worth of Pokemon cards and was caught red-handed. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. You're watching the channel Dr. Applesauce 2. My name's Will. It's another beautiful day here in Texas. I hope you guys know that I love you, God loves you, and that there is an awesome plan for your life. I noticed this story over the weekend because it was all over Twitter, literally everywhere, about a huge theft that happened at a store called Trident Cards that's in the UK. And this store uploaded this to social media. And what you're going to see here in just a second is somebody that is kind of sneakily stealing a binder that the store says was worth over 10,000 pounds, which is about $12,400, $12,500. Now, here in the States, I don't know how the laws work in the UK, but here in the States, this is a felony crime that will land you a massive, massive charge for stealing something worth that much, many, many thousands of dollars. So I want to break this down and show this to you guys and kind of caution people who vend at conventions, people who have their own stores, and kind of show you what they did right. So let's take a look at this video real quick. All right, so you see the gentleman right here in the biker jacket, and he's got his backpack. Look right here, boom. You see that pink binder? He pulled that pink binder real quick, and then he takes the yellow binder, which was his binder, and he takes this other yellowish binder. So those were his binders that he brought in to trade. And the store said that those binders he brought to trade, and the pink binder is the one that was full of alternate art Pokemon cards that he stole. Now that binder was under this blue binder right here that he's looking at. Let's take a look at it again. See, he's got his bag, the blue binder under his bag, and his hand under the blue binder, and he slips that pink binder out from under the blue binder. And that shows you that this was not an accident, that this was definitely something that he did on purpose, and he intentionally took that pink binder because it was under the blue binder and it wasn't something that was an accident. So that clip shows that he intentionally took that binder, dropped down, put that binder in his bag, and then reached up and grabbed those other two binders that were his, those two smaller binders. The store said that he brought those in to trade. Now, I think this is really, really important to what we're going to see later, because this shows that he stole the cards on purpose and knowingly and tried to hide it. Now, I guess he didn't see the big camera that was right there pointed at that countertop. And like I said, the store did say that this binder was worth about 10,000 pounds, which is about $12,400, $12,500. And a lot of people on the internet were saying, well, you shouldn't put a binder worth that much on the counter. Why do you have all those binders on the counter? I don't know about you, but a lot of the local stores that I go into, they have a counter full of binders that people can look at. And victim shaming is not the answer here, right? Victim shaming isn't the answer. If you want to have all of your product out like that conveniently for people to be able to look at, having a security system is the perfect answer. And also, it looks like the employees are busy. I'm not making justification. Yeah, the employees didn't notice that it happened, but it looks like the employees are busy. You can see the employees in the background right there look like they're sorting cards. They probably have other customers to attend to. And this gentleman was very sneaky about it. He was very intentional. He had intentionally put his bag on top of a bigger binder that had the smaller binder with the valuable cards in it. So that's the situation right there. I just want to clear that up. We shouldn't victim shame. We shouldn't blame the store. They didn't do anything wrong. In fact, they had security cam footage to protect themselves, which actually ended up in the cards actually being returned. Through all of this going on Twitter, clearly this guy's face was everywhere for like 24, 48 hours. His face was blasted all over the internet. Like I said, I don't really know what the laws are in the UK. I don't know how much trouble he could have gotten into or he could still get into. And they also said that he had been in the store previously to, trade and buy things and had brought his dog in and stuff. So he was a recognizable person that the store remembered. To have the audacity to steal from them, it just makes me wonder what criminals think sometimes. His face was plastered all over Twitter. He obviously had to see that and think, oh crap, I can't keep these or I'm going to get in big trouble. And he returned them. So let's look at this video right here where he's returning them. Okay, so you see he's walking in. This is the same guy. He's obviously dressed in something different, and it's weird. He seems like he's got a big bag full of like paper towels or boxes or something, but you can just faintly make out the pink binder on top of the bag. And it looks like he's saying, I'm sorry, I apologize. I really don't know what he was saying right there, but it looks like maybe he was saying, I apologize, it was an accident, so on and so forth. And based on the camera footage, it really looks like it wasn't an accident. It looks like intentionality. And so he returned it, and that's a good thing that he returned those cards. It's good for the store that he returned the cards. So to Trident Cards, congratulations for getting your cards back and having security camera footage to help you avoid these types of things. And this happened to my friend Pokey Typhoon at Dallas Collecticon. And I'm bringing it home. There's a reason that I'm talking about all this, right? And by the way, guys, if you're enjoying the content, do me me a huge favor. Just give the video a thumbs up. It helps so much, more than you can know, and it's absolutely free for you guys to do. So just click that little like button right there. But this did happen to my friend Pokey Typhoon at Collecticon, and he was smart enough that he had a little GoPro camera set up at his booth. I went to his booth and I hung out there for a little bit. I bought a little bit of stuff, and he had a GoPro camera set up, probably cost him a couple $100, and that GoPro camera with the wide angle lens was focused on all of the valuable product of his and his side of the booth, just in case something like this happened and somebody walked up and was looking at the cards at his booth, and, you know, was kind of taking time and looking around and so on and so forth, and was looking at this one specific binder that had a lot of value worth of cards in it, and just, you know, slipped away with the cards. And ultimately they were able to get that binder back, but it was missing, like they said, about $1,000 worth of cards, because he's at a huge con. He clearly probably took cards and walked around and sold off some of them and things like that, and then the thief, you know, returned them, which again, this here in America would be a crime that would be a felony. I remember the first Collecticon that I ever, or is the second Collecticon I ever went to, somebody stole like a $5,000 graded card, got busted, and got arrested. I remember seeing them being escorted out of the convention. So here's the whole purpose of what I'm encouraging, guys. The commonality, the two common factors between Trident Cards and my friend Pokey Typhoon are that they had cameras recording their valuable product. And this is relevant to anybody that's going to be a game store owner, or honest to goodness, anybody that goes to conventions and vends and sells things at conventions and sells, you know, cards at conventions or card shows or anything like that. The thing that they both had in common is they were recording their product. You got the store right here, Trident Cards, that had a big old security system, and then you got Pokey Typhoon that had probably a $300 GoPro set up and mounted, recording everything that was happening at his booth, just in case something like this happened. If either of these businesses did not have that, they very likely would not have got their cards back, because the thieves returned them once they knew they were on camera. You think, you know, here's the interesting thing. A good thief is probably going to make sure there's no cameras before they steal something. So it shows the quality of thieves that are stealing in this examples right here. At the end of the day, the encouragement is that if you're vending at a convention or a card show, or you have your own store, make sure you have security cameras, because as collectors and as communities of the Pokemon card community, where we want to collect and we want to get together with our friends and play Pokemon, we want to look for the best in people. We want to believe that everybody has the best interest and heart and wants to support our business. But the sad reality is our world is a fallen world, and there's a lot of people in our world that don't think that way and want to do whatever they can to get one up or take crimes of opportunity, like we see in these videos right here. So unfortunately, these things happen in the Pokemon community, but fortunately, the Pokemon community is more than willing to spread these videos far and wide on social media. And in these two situations, we saw these people actually get their cards back. And so those businesses that work so hard to be a part of the Pokemon card community did not really suffer that bad of a heavy loss as it could have been. All right, guys, I know this was a crazy topic, and something else that's really interesting is that video right there. If you're a Pokemon card collector like I am, I know you'll love it. And like I always say, my friends, find somebody to love and serve today and be the change you want to see in the world. See you next time.